This is the Legend of Zelda Great Deku Tree that can be displayed in either its 1998 Ocarina of Time appearance or the 2017 Breath of the Wild appearance, with that eye-catching pink canopy. But the question is, does this 2,500 piece set warrant a $300 price tag, or is LEGO just trying to take your money? The simple answer is yes. New molds, decorated elements, and video game lore make this a must-have set for any Zelda fan. So I'll do my best to point out every detail and see if there was anything that could have been improved along the way. So feel free to make your own judgments in the comment section below. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to the LEGO Ambassador Network for sending this set early for review, otherwise it'll come out on September 1st for $300. And I might actually buy a second copy. That way I can display it both ways. Inside the box you'll find 23 numbered bags and no sticker sheet, so that's a win. I was greeted by all 4 minifigures within the first 4 bags, which was a pleasant surprise, and we'll get up close and personal with those in just a moment. Once you get to this point in the build, you have a decision to make. You can either continue on to the next page and build the pink tree, or jump ahead to page 297 and build the OG tree from Ocarina of Time. I, of course, went with the Breath of the Wild appearance, and in doing so, I had 3 leftover unopened bags. Now, let's take a closer look at those minifigures, which all have dual molded arms and legs, new hair pieces, and printed accessories. Young Link here has a unique face print, which makes him look very youthful, and this green skirt piece. He comes with the printed Deku shield from Kokiri Forest, and his skirmish cap is fused to the hairpiece and elven ears that you'll notice is the exact same hairpiece that is used on older Link, who's finally grown into his trousers. This torso is a little more detailed around the neck, and his accessory includes this brand new mold for the ocarina that has an anti-stud on the bottom and a mouthpiece to play this magical instrument. He also has 2 face prints, with this back one just screaming. This is also the same headpiece that's used on the Breath of the Wild Link. He's seen here in his blue Hylian tunic with tan trousers and the Nuga riding boots. His hairpiece is a pearl gold with a bun in the back, and I love the printing on this minifigure. He includes the printed Traveler shield, which just looks phenomenal. Then we have Zelda with the same blue Hylian tunics, but this time with a gold embellished corset. You'll notice that her golden hair is also the same color as the Ocarina of Time Link, and your alternate face print here shows her deep in slumber. Her printed piece is the 1x2 tile with the Sheikah slate, and if you play the game, you know that's pretty much the user interface that guides you through the game's quests. I think LEGO went all out on these minifigures, making them as unique and detailed as possible, but my favorite pieces are this brand new Master Sword with the trans blue sword piece and the purple hilt that has the embedded gem. The Hylian shield is also beautifully printed, and I really hope that LEGO makes another Legend of Zelda set at a lower price point to make these amazing pieces more accessible. However, these, along with the figures, are definitely a major reason that people will be buying this set. But let's take a look at the build itself. The first 2 bags are Link's house, which is built right into the stump of a tree in Kokiri Village. Inside his house, you'll find a simple white bed, and underneath, a chest filled with a magic jar, a red potion for health, a bomb, a compass that reveals the location of all the unopened treasure chests and the dungeon boss, a hookshot, which is a spring-loaded grappling chain that can be used as either a weapon or a mode of transportation, and this beautiful Hylian shield. There's a cute little deck out front and a ladder that leads down to this printed sign that reads, "Anata dake no jouhou, mina ni naisho dayo," which roughly translates to, "This information is just for you, keep it a secret from everyone," which is a common Zelda Easter egg similar to "It's a secret to everybody." Next to that is a printed disc, which is the navigation fairy Navi, and you can change out the tile from the standard blue to green, which highlights objects of interest, or yellow when she's targeting an enemy.
Watch out!
The next part of this build is the base plate with the Triforce logo that holds the sword in the stone. I had no idea this is what I was building, and when I placed the sword in the stone, I just kind of had a moment. This whole base plate is removable from the final model, which is an awesome feature if you don't have enough shelf space to display it all together. There are 4 trees in addition to the Great Deku tree, but you build those at the end. 2 of them are also added here on this front part. You'll also find various ingredients scattered throughout, like this Hylian shroom, which when cooked can replenish your hearts, this Endura shroom that increases your stamina. There's also a hardy radish and the silent princess flowers, which are Zelda's favorite flowers. And inside the tree you'll find an iron shroom, and a razor shroom, along with a cooking pot to mix up some tasty recipes. Cooking is a major part of the game, so having this in the set is a major win. There's also a bed in here, which is a really nice design using two of these horn pieces that are closed in to make the headboard and the footboard. On either side of the tree, you'll also find hidden compartments with Easter eggs, and on this side is a Sheikah slate stand, and on the other side there are these two pedestals. I think they might be shrine pedestals or possibly even a blue flame, but there was no note in the instructions, and I'm not entirely sure. It just wasn't strikingly obvious to me. Now, I may have said that there are a total of 4 minifigures in this set, but we have one more character. And that's Hetsu, the Korok seed-loving, maraca-shaking, dancing plant that can help you increase your weapon storage. But where can you find those pesky little Korok seeds? There's actually 3 Koroks that are hidden in the set, one which is in the front, one which is inside the house with a completely different face print, and one at the very top of the Great Deku tree. True to video game lore, his name is Walton, and he offers the riddle, small, red, round, and sweet. And the answer is found in this build. It's pretty obvious, but did you get it? And right next to that Korok is a fairy, denoted by that pink tile, and if you've played the game, you know that this little fairy can give you a second chance. The actual tree build of this set is quite majestic, because it also talks, soundbox not included. The mouth and eyebrows are connected, so when you move this lever, they both move. The internal mechanisms and the face was definitely the most intricate and complicated part of the build. Each of the 3 roots protrude out at unique angles, and the foliage on top seems perfectly balanced. I also noticed the parts used for the eyes appear to be minifigure hats, but they kind of look like coffee beans. LEGO did a fantastic job of sculpting this talking tree, and I learned a couple new techniques for creating sloping walls by using these clips. I'm a huge fan of the build of this tree, and as you can probably tell, all the video game lore elements. I have a really hard time finding criticism for this set other than it being $300, but after reviewing all of the unique parts and new molds created for the minifigures, I'm starting to see where some of that extra cost is coming from. As I said in the beginning, there are no stickers, and you do get an extra Korok seed face and a couple of extra prints like an acorn and printed logs that are scattered throughout the build. Alternatively, if you do decide to build the Ocarina of Time appearance, then you'll be building in a slightly different order, which I didn't get to experience. I did, however, crack open the last bag to enjoy some of those side builds, which include 2 of these Deku Babas, which are the carnivorous snapping plants, a Skulltula, which can be raised and lowered inside the tree as an added play feature, and he features a 2x4 round tile for the face print. And this Gossip Stone that uses a 1x2 printed tile, this classic looking torch, and a chest with a fairy slingshot, which can also be used to trigger nearby switches. The last thing is this Deku tree sprout that tells Link about his past in the video game. His face print is also printed, as placing a sticker at this angle just wouldn't work. That's something that I learned while interviewing the designers of the Nightmare Before Christmas set. There's also 2 more Easter eggs that can be tucked away in the sides of the tree, which include this music note stand that indicates the direction that you have to press the D-pad in order to play the song on the ocarina, and this other stone which contains a bow. Part of me feels bad that I have 2 unopened bags of parts that I don't plan to do anything with, but I understand that making 2 versions of this set as 2 completely different sets would just not have been economical for LEGO. And this isn't the first time there's been multiple versions of a set to build, which is why I think it sort of encourages duplicate purchases. So when I said, is LEGO trying to take your money in the beginning of the video, well, yes, of course they are. With a set like this, how could they not? Unless you're not a fan of The Legend of Zelda, people are going to buy this set. It also sort of fits into the fantasy theme, because who wouldn't want a wise old talking tree in their enchanted forest? No stickers, unique minifigures, and video game lore have me completely sold on this, and rather than changing anything on the current build, I would just simply love to see LEGO make more Legend of Zelda sets. So let me know if you share that sentiment, or if you think this build should have been done differently or included other elements. Make sure to leave a like on the video and check out some of my other reviews like this one right here on screen.